when thousands of Nigerians died in their hospital beds due to lack of electricity.
Good evening, Africa and the world. You're watching AfriPlus News Channel, your trusted source for bold, insightful, and independent news across the continent. And today we bring you an in-depth analysis of the rising tensions between the alliance of Sahel states Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger and the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Before we dive in, please take a moment to like this video, share it with others, and hit the subscribe button so you never miss powerful, eye-opening stories like this one. And remember, AfriPlus News Channel does not support violence or incitement of any kind. We stand for truth, dignity, and peaceful progress in Africa. The winds of change are sweeping across West Africa. The recent withdrawal of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger from ECOWAS has not only sent shockwaves across the region, but also triggered immediate consequences from regional powers. Just days ago, Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso publicly declared that since their nations exited ECOWAS, the countries that once supplied electricity and air support have now refused to continue those services.
These so-called Democrats need to understand this. When thousands of Nigerians died in their hospital beds due to lack of electricity or lack of medicine, it is a crime. They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing is happening in Mali. With Burkina, we have indirect sanctions because people need to understand. When they understand, there are instructions from the other side. They come, they do everything to apply it. It's shameful. Some have decided not to supply electricity to our countries. It's not free, we pay for it. And it contributes to their economy. They tried to make Mali suffer. And of course, by ignoring all the agreements and no longer providing electricity to Mali, hoping that the population would revolt. It doesn't work. When it lasted, some were forced to make their own people pay by increasing the cost of electricity. It will increase again. This gives us several lessons. Several lessons in the sense that the independence we take, the sovereignty we take, we must do everything to ensure it. They have given us very good lessons, and we have understood them very well. Some have closed their ports, which actually goes against all international texts, because you cannot close ports to a landlocked country. They did it, they violated the text. The international community said nothing. No one spoke in ECOWAS. But in the ports, we do not transit our goods for free. We pay. And those who do not necessitate are now facing the consequences. And I think it's a lesson for them too, that they should not always follow their master's orders. They need to understand this forever. ECOWAS has never issued a statement to congratulate a victory of our armies. Barely, it condemns half-heartedly, and very rarely when there are massacres. Where is this ECOWAS of the people? In short, we cannot list all the harm that has been done to our people, but we have decided with full awareness to withdraw and focus on our common organization, which is the AES. Remember that. There is no fear, because in exploring and getting to work, we noticed one thing. Recently, some have decided to ban the export of certain food products to Burkina Faso. Very well. They have set a duration. We will ensure that at the end of this duration, we will ban the entry of these products into our territory.
Despite this, Traoré boldly stated that they are ready for ECOWAS and are forging a new path with resilience and determination. So what does this mean for the future of West African unity? Is ECOWAS using economic tools to punish sovereignty? And what exactly are the Sahel leaders trying to build? Let's start with the background. In early 2024, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, all under military-led transitional governments, announced their withdrawal from ECOWAS. Their reasons were rooted in what they described as ECOWAS' interference in national sovereignty, its lack of support against terrorism in the Sahel, and alleged alignment with Western geopolitical interests against the will of the African people. This bold exit led to the formation of the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, a military and political bloc intended to defend their shared interests. Critics said the move was rash.
I heard some people are begging Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger to come back to ECOWAS. Please don't beg them. Don't. When you beg them, you are going to spoil my work for me. They will not put some sand in my garri. Do not beg them. Without firing one shot, Kofi Ali will bring them back on their knees. I will remove this Ibrahim Traoré, Abdullahi Tiani, and Azim. I will remove them like this without one shot. Do not beg them. Don't spoil my work for me. Don't beg them. Don't even talk to them. Leave them for me. I'll sort them out. Sometimes when I wake up, I just hold my hands, both hands, and hold my head and be asking myself, is my head still there or is gone? Because the kind of things I hear, they are so disturbing. So disturbing. See, Donald Trump is busy putting tariff. Is declaring tariff war. He has already put 25% on anything imported into the United States of America. And about 17 great countries, powerful countries, are joking. They are working hard on how to deal with their export to United States of America. While that is happening, everybody on the African continent is thinking, do you know what is happening? Captain Ibrahim Traoré is declaring tariff war on ECOWAS, that he, Ibrahim Traoré, is going to put sanction and tariff on any goods from ECOWAS to the so-called Burkina Faso and therefore AES. And you sit there and ask yourself, what an imbecile. What a joke. You see, there are bigger problems for us to deal with. And this little puppy is becoming a mess. And I told you, something is wrong somewhere. And there is a saying, those that play with fire, those that come with the baptism of fire, those whose Holy Ghost fire, they get burned by fire. Ibrahim Traoré is becoming a mess in West Africa. A mess. See, there are certain things you people see and see he's doing. We all like it. But this thing is becoming a problem that needs to be dealt with. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, they are still in the ECOWAS. The one that want to leave ECOWAS is Ibrahim Traoré, Abdurrahman Tiani, and Azim Igweta. They can go. And I told you that the whole thing is a bag of confusion. And this confusion, I will have it corrected. Now, the video I'm watching and I'm looking at some of you posted is that John Dramani Mahama, having visited those people, I don't know who sent him, is now going to meet with President Tinubu to talk about getting them to come back. Why are you begging them to come back? To come back to where? They are not gone. If they are not gone, why are you begging them to come back? They were suspended. Understand my language. They committed a crime. And when you commit a crime in ECOWAS, the rule books says anyone who commit a crime in ECOWAS, and that biggest crime is military boys staging a coup. Because we Democrats cannot sit with those thinking military officers. They are supposed to be by the gates, in the bush, fighting terrorists. We don't sit with them. We are civilians. We win our election democratically and governed by the democratic rule of law. We don't govern by the gun. And these dogs that we gave a job to guard the place have taken over the business of governance. That is not their job. No matter how right they are, good they are doing, there is no justification for military coup. Finish. There's no justification. And while we suspended them in ECOWAS and asking them, we want you to reverse and come back to do what everyone is doing. And we place sanction on them. Then they came with a useless letter that they are leaving ECOWAS. And some imbeciles in the ECOWAS Commission accepted the letter. See, let me give you a good example. Think of a school. So many schools in around. And there is a kind of a common ministry of education. And all the schools are connected to the Ministry of Education so that they manage and organize and make sure that every school is following the curriculum and the agenda. Then some schools broke the rule. 3 schools, they broke the rule. And the ministry suspended the heads of those schools because the heads of the school are those who have broken the rule. Like bandits coming to take over the school. And you say, no, we have suspended school A, B, C, and D because bandits have taken over. They are now Islamists. Because of that, we will not deal with them until the problem is sorted out. Then one day, those bandits came with a letter to the headmaster, to the minister, from the headmasters to the minister, the criminals that, minister, we want to leave the Ministry of Education. We don't want to be part of your educational. And it's okay, you can go. Hey, it doesn't work that way. Those who took the letter from these imbeciles, they made a blunder. Actually, they are in court too. I told you I've taken them to the ECOWAS Court of Justice. And judgment is being passed. The commission has been given 30 days to respond. The 30 days is over. By now, the court case should have started. If I take you to court and you don't turn up, it means you have accepted you are guilty. So if they are wrong for taking that useless withdrawal letter, how can you accept a letter from some, by all indication, this ECOWAS is totally against what happened. Totally. There's no if and there's no but. Because sanction was placed. If the military rulers didn't do anything wrong, you wouldn't put sanction on them. Yes, they were suspended. They can't come in their uniform with their gun to come and sit at the heads of state meeting. It can never happen. And all these 3 were that. Even Niger, the ECOWAS was going there with military to reverse the system. It was at the point, the thought of, look, let it look like we are doing what France wants us to do. Because the French are there and they are mining uranium illegally, so we want them to leave. And besides, if you go there, it could lead to endless war because there are so many factions already. If you have terrorists, who are terrorists? These are people who refuse to follow the rule of democratic law, but they want to use gun to take over the business of government or to change something in the country. These are terrorists. And that is exactly what the military rulers did. They used gun to take over the government. But we said, okay, let us give them some time and then we address issue. And the next thing, those you have suspended came then with letter. And you have some idiots in the name of international law. They were reading the international law upside down. And our time has come. Everybody should stop running around on whether to beg them to come back. The more you are saying you are begging them to come back, you are negotiating with them to come back, the more you are legitimizing the illegality. That is what you are doing. They are not gone. ECOWAS is still the authority in charge of the 15 countries of West Africa, whether you like it or not. There is no any other way as at now. The United Nations, the African Union, everyone in the world, the Chinese government, the Russian, everyone agree there's only one ECOWAS. There's no AES. AES is illegal. Because when illegal people, Abdurrahman Tiani is illegal because he's a criminal. Azim Igweta is illegal because he's a criminal. And above all, that Jesus, the one that want to commit suicide. Because exactly this is, and people are egging him on. If we don't get him, the monsters are coming for him. You know those I'm talking about. The Europeans are coming. We need to solve this, our problem. It's our problem. And we must find a solution to it. There's no if, there's no but. Let the court case finish, and you will see better.
Supporters called it revolutionary.
Major breaking news, you won't believe this. So when France was in control of mining uranium in Niger, Niger used to get only $1 billion per year. But ever since they chased out France out of Niger, now they are getting $300 billion per year. Can you believe this? So this is what Niger president was explaining, that it was the best decision and everyone should do that. Everyone should chase out France out of their country because their revenue, it just went up because they used to pay only 89 cents for uranium. Can you believe this? 89 cents, and then they would sell for 300 euros. This is the same thing, exact same thing they were doing in Burkina Faso. They used to pay 300 euros per ounce, but now Burkina Faso, they are getting 1,300 euros per ounce. So they were just stealing Burkina Faso gold and paying them only $300 per ounce. And now since they started manufacturing their own gold, now they are getting 1,300 euros. And this is the main reason also Ibrahim Traoré chased out all the foreign countries out of Burkina Faso from mining. And the mining now belong to the state and Burkina Faso people.
What's clear is that it has changed the West African political map forever. Now let's talk about the fallout. According to Captain Ibrahim Traoré, countries that once supplied power and air support have now cut off those services. Though not named specifically, it's widely believed that countries like Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and Ghana, who still align closely with ECOWAS and Western partners, are involved. This means electricity shortages in key Sahel regions, reduced air reconnaissance capabilities, which were previously aided by joint ECOWAS or Western missions. A clear message from ECOWAS: exit at your own peril. But here's the twist: Traoré said they are not afraid. In fact, he emphasized that they are ready for ECOWAS, suggesting a deeper level of preparedness, confidence, and independence. This crisis is not just about power and borders. It's part of a much larger geopolitical struggle. ECOWAS, backed by Western partners such as France, the EU, and the US, is seen by many as a tool of neocolonial influence, especially when it comes to imposing sanctions or military threats on member states that refuse Western policies. On the other hand, the Sahel leaders, especially Traoré, are calling for a pan-African Renaissancia movement free from colonial chains, one that reclaims Africa's resources, dignity, and future. But the question remains, can these nations survive without ECOWAS? Across the Sahel and beyond, reactions to Traoré's remarks have been mixed but passionate. Some see this moment as Africa's second independence.
Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso kept making Africans proud, especially the young people of Africa. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, called Ibrahim Traoré and offered to build 200 mosques this Ramadan for the people of Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traoré appreciated him extensively for this gesture, but instead offered an alternative. He said, Crown Prince bin Salman, we really needed your support, but then what we want is not building mosques, because we have several mosques in our country, and as a Muslim myself, I know that mosque is very important, but our people can take care of themselves when it comes to praying. What we want you to do, Crown Prince, is that build schools, hospitals, and factories, because our people need to be educated, they need to be healthy, and they need to get jobs. I really like that. I really like that he makes us, the young people, proud. And that is why I keep saying that we, the young people in Africa, we need a complete generational shift in leadership. All these older people are always taking decisions based on selfish interests, selfish desire, and thinking about what to bequeath for their grandchildren. Not themselves. Not putting a legacy or very big footprint, because their ambition is over. They are old. All they care about is their own family.
While others fear economic isolation and instability. However, the Sahel leaders are doubling down. Traoré's "We Are Ready" message is not just rhetoric, it reflects a push to build internal power infrastructure, new partnerships with non-Western allies such as Russia, China, and Turkey, and a bold appeal to African youth to rise and take ownership of their continent. The road ahead is uncertain. Will ECOWAS attempt more sanctions or even military intervention? Will the Sahel Alliance succeed in building an alternative African power bloc? And will other African countries, possibly Guinea, Chad, or even Congo, follow the same path? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, Africa is in transition, and the choices made today will shape the destiny of millions tomorrow. Here at AfriPlus News Channel, we believe the African people have a right to choose their own path free from external pressure or manipulation. We do not endorse violence, but we support truth, justice, and sovereignty. We'll keep reporting on this evolving story with fairness and depth. To support our work, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to AfriPlus News Channel. Tell us in the comments, do you support the actions of the Sahel leaders? Do you believe ECOWAS is acting fairly? And what future do you want for Africa? We'll be back with more updates, insights, and interviews. Until then, stay strong, stay informed, and remember Africa's voice will not be silenced.